alive, but is now recovering in the hospital, unquote. Video from the scene shows the ICE agent walking away after shooting with no signs of injury. However, video from the aftermath shows outraged Minneapolis residents, including a doctor, screaming at the agents to let them help Renee after her crash into a parked vehicle after the shooting.
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician!
I understand. We got EMS coming. I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my neighbor!
At a vigil in Minneapolis last night.
What's going on? Wait for some people to get in here. I was just watching Little Democracy Now. You can find them on YouTube. Absolutely stunning week. I've been a little checked out, but I'm back. Been dealing with some things. And for everybody who has hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, I say thank you and welcome to the resistance. This is a full-scale attack on our own citizenry. This is America collapsing in a dying orange PDF file that has grifted his way into every position he has ever gotten. He's never earned a goddamn thing. Bone spurs during Vietnam. Only during Vietnam, by the way. His rotten family enabled this cesspool of a family to get here. And then all the political leadership that circles and surrounds him, whether they're saying one thing or saying the other, whether they're bootlicking or whether they're saying this is a disgrace, they're all allowing it. They are complicit in these actions. The only people that are not complicit in this are the ones who are taking action, making more than just words that say, like Hakeem Jeffries, that motherfucker, or Chuck Schumer. Oh, they are just angry. Hakeem Jeffries learned to fucking talk with his hands, that joke of a fucking person. Sorry, I'm gonna curse a little bit. But our democracy, if you could call it, that's so cute. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a fucking country where corporations bought personhood so they could bribe all the politicians. And after they bribe all the politicians, they go, you go out there and do a dance for the people. Go promise them cheap gas. We'll steal their health care, make them work till they're fucking 100. And then you just promise them cheap gas, cheap gas. If anybody in your life says, don't worry, you're gonna pay cheaper for gas, what does that matter when you live in fascism? Does $1.99 gas matter when you don't have health care? I don't give a shit if we paid $25 a fucking gallon for gas if you guaranteed our health care, guaranteed parental leave, guaranteed housing, guaranteed food for people. Who gives a shit about your gas? Fuck your gas, J.D. Vance and Trump. Fuck you. Am I clear? Oh, and the people of Venezuela have something to say to you. They're in the streets. I hope J.D. Vance and Trump got that message from all the Venezuelans. We are the youth. We are waiting for you. This is surreal. And while we can't even focus on the goddamn Epstein files, which, by the way, still haven't been released. I think they said 1% release. Don't forget what all this is about. This crumbling old turd of a Nepo baby who is born into wealth, spoiled, rotten, and glorified because he had gold toilets in the 80s. He bragged about that. I've been here since the fucking 80s, okay, kids? So all you that knew him from The Apprentice, let me just tell you, before he did that, he was in Home Alone, okay? Shitty cameo. Before that, he was this big grifter where he was like, I'll sell steaks at the mall. You could get the best steaks in water. Come to my casino where my dad's doing illegal fucking loans to me to make sure it fucking doesn't flop. And he bragged about having gold toilets. He's representing you, Arkansas, Oklahoma. What are the other red states? Texas. That's your common man. The gold toilet, living in a skyscraper, wealth from his father, coastal elite Democrat from New York, is representing you, the common man. Jesus Christ. You got done with the saddest con ever. All you had to do is go to his Wikipedia page and you see Nepo baby, Democrat, coastal elite, fucking doesn't give a shit about you, gold toilet, friends with the Clintons. Like, he just changed his whole persona because he knew you guys were suckers. But the worst part about all this shit that you helped cause, anybody who fucking voted for this, you can let this shit rest on your shoulders unless you want to turn around and say, you know what? Done. Fuck this guy. Throw all your Trump shit away. Throw your glass NASCAR plate with this guy's head and Dale Earnhardt's body or whatever the fuck he's doing. Throw all that shit away. Because this stuff's going down because we are a collapsing empire. We're collapsing, right? Because when you're a healthy country and have healthy communities, you don't have rogue terrorists running and invading in your streets with basic immunity to just fire at will. Fire at will. Just do whatever you want. These people aren't even police. Remember, ICE is not fucking police. They can't be fucking doing police shit. And all this is going on. Why? Well, not only because, baby Goebbels, Stephen Miller, is pulling a lot of the strings, but to distract from this. So we can't lose focus of that, but unfortunately, there is so much going on. If you're bored of me, Waffle, you come here every fucking day, stop coming. All right? But the worst part about you, Waffle, is you come here every day, so thank you for subscribing and hitting the notification bell. But then when us socialists take over, because we're taking over, this is a people's movement. You're fucked with the wrong beehive right now, okay? And us socialists, we're starting to organize and we're finding each other and we're connecting. Hit subscribe, join the movement. And when we take over, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get healthcare, buddy. You'll never call Uber instead of an ambulance. And you'll be like, God damn, I was a socialist all along. I just never looked it up. You fucking idiot. God damn these people. Impeach him. I would love to impeach him. It's so amazing. It's like we can't impeach him. You know why? Because the corporatocracy, the fucking politicians who are bought by the corporations, who are baking billions in Venezuelan oil, won't allow it. Are you understanding how America runs now? This isn't about your safety. By the way, white women and white men that adorably thought Donald Trump was such a heroic, hold on, let me put up the right image of him. There we go. That you thought this Nepo baby was so heroic that he was going to represent you, Just know that he does not give a shit what your political affiliate. He doesn't give a shit if you got a MAGA hat on. His ICE will come and take your family. And save your breath for the people that go, my family are American citizens. Guess what just happened to one American citizen? Taken. Way too soon. Dropped her kid off at school. If this doesn't fucking radicalize you, then get the fuck out of the way. Go sit in the corner and be obedient. Okay? That's all you're good at. What Americans are known for is dissent. When these righteous, uppity assholes who think they can do anything they want in the world, you know who checks their power? Us. Us, the people. We check their fucking power. Now, I want to play a clip of, oh, God damn it. The mayor, because now you're getting the mayor of Minneapolis. And my heart is with you, Minneapolis. And seeing all the people come out in the community is one of the most joyful feelings I've had in a long time. It's been a very, very difficult week for me. But seeing that community come together so quick, so immediate, everybody dropped fucking everything and everybody said, we got to be here. And that is, I want you to understand that, okay? When you see, I don't even think I have a picture of it. I'll just show the Venezuelan people come together. When you see people drop everything at the fucking drop of a hat, dime hat, what do you drop? I don't know what drops quicker. Probably a dime. No, a hat's got to be heavier. At the drop of a hat, you see everybody lining the streets like this in Venezuela, Minnesota. Sorry. I call it Minnesota because my favorite rapper calls it that. This is a beautiful thing. This is people saying, you're not going to, we know you got the bombs. We know you got the money. We know you got all the intelligence in the world. You got Peter Palantir Eater. You got Joe Rogan to coax it down white guy incel America's throat. Say, no, this is good for you. It'll never affect me in my fucking mansion in Austin where I have a 40-acre ranch, but good for you. You know, Joe Rogan needs to really relax those incels' esophaguses so they can just chuggle it down. But when you see stuff like this, just know that common people like you and I say we're fucking fed up. We're fed up. What kind of fucking disaster piece theater are we going to be a year from now? They're trying to normalize this, and everything that you hear from Fox News and all those fucking idiots in this regime are just full-on liars. And that's the other sad part, that if by now, I don't even have pictures of these people. I can't even fucking, the only picture I'm going to show you of Trump is the one that, you know, he's distracting from. But if you see anyone, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, Kristi Noem go out there and say anything, and you believe them after they still haven't released, remember, they are all breaking the law. These were supposed to be released, what, 2 weeks? I don't even remember how long ago. Weeks ago. The Epstein files. 1% is released. 1% is released. And if you, I don't give a shit where you are in the world, if you think that this man and his tyrant regime of fascist fucking fool bootlickers are going to come on the news and tell you anything honest, then I just want you to look at their past actions. Maybe the most recent one. We're going to release the Epstein files. Oh, did they? No. So here I am as your vibe coach. I'm your vibe coach, Rob. Welcome to the live stream. Hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. We are the resistance. And we've said, fuck you, Donald Trump, you Nepo baby piece of shit. Why don't you just go fucking eat a Big Mac and fucking be quiet for a minute? I am sick of seeing his goddamn tweets. Sick. Sick of seeing them. It's just all garbage. But here's something. Let me, as an older millennial, as an elder millennial, let me give any of you young millennials little vibe coach life advice. Someone lies to you once, right? Someone lies to you. You go, well, I believed you. That's a natural human instinct. Us humans want to believe people. We want to look at somebody when they look us dead in the eyes and they tell us something. We go, I'll believe that. And I've showed it to you and I've played the goddamn clips. I'll play the goddamn clip right now. You guys don't want to believe me. I'll play the clip right now. Here's this fucking farmer, this moron farmer going, Donald Trump, you said you loved us. Now I'm losing my farm. You fucking idiot.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me, sir, and you said, I love you. Mr. Trump, I need to see the fruit of your love.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me and said, I love you. Now I need to see the fruits of your love because that soy boy Arkansas farmer is losing his farm because of the tariffs. And that bailout doesn't go to him. It's a conduit through him to the corporations he owes all the money to, who Donald Trump works for. You know, the people bribing him openly. God damn. America has fallen. That's what this is. Because, like I was trying to say before, a healthy community, a healthy country isn't sending rogue agents into the street to assault and murder their own citizens. You understand that, right? This is not a healthy society. We don't have, a healthy society doesn't have poor farmers who just want to survive like the most of us do, pleading with the president saying, "You said you loved me, sir." Like, how pathetic is that? I would be horribly embarrassed to be that fucking asshole. You understand me? Let me play this clip.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me, sir, and you said, I love you.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me, sir, and said, "I love you." You fucking loser. I hope that clip plays for everyone in generations of your family, so they can all look at that and go, "God damn, how is Grandpapa so dumb? How is he so dumb? He thought the politician loved him and then did nothing besides make us all move because we lost our home, generational home." Like, that should be forced to be played for everybody who thinks Donald Trump loves you. I know most of you don't. I know, the trolls just are like, they like what he's doing. And to you, I say, get the fuck out of the way. You're the slim minority, okay? You and Stephen Miller, you bunch of cucks. You skibbity betas. Listen, if you're going to be this stupid, why is it Trump's fault? You don't deserve a voice in this chat. You understand me? We gotta mute some of these people. The tariffs are why the farmers are going bankrupt. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Have a lot of people not been paying attention the last year? Listen, I'm gonna reiterate this once. That's right, a leftist. That's right. I want healthcare, housing, food for our people, this tyrannical government out of the streets. My favorite part of all you libertarians and Republicans that are in favor of small government, but ironically love that the government gets to go and bomb and kidnap any country's president and then send a terrorist force into American streets to do whatever it wants to the U.S. citizen. That's not small government. Last I checked, where are all you second A people? I thought all you 2A people said, "Come grip it from my cold dead hand." Like, hated this stuff. You're a bunch of fucking losers. That's what you are. Staffelson, good to see you. Thank you for the 199 super trap. Trump, the most corrupt, incompetent president ever. And thank you. And that's what this is, because he's so inept at anything. Like, there isn't a thing this guy does. That's why he's an amorphous blob of like, oh, I know him from something. And really, you just know him because his dad was rich, so he put his face and fucking name everywhere, But because he's so incompetent, the people pulling the strings behind this stuff are hideous monsters. Hideous monsters. So, I saw this from Ken Jennings. The prosecute the former regime at every level. Candidate has my vote in 2028. And that's all I'm looking for. The Hague, whatever. I mean, if America gets to Maduro, Venezuela, does anyone get to Maduro, the US? I don't know. If there's no law, right? If it's just power, then can anybody Maduro the US? I'm just asking questions. I don't know, because there's no civility, there's no order anymore. It's just, well, we need that fucking oil, I cut some back deals with some people. I got some MAGA donators that really need to get richer than rich. And that's what I want you to understand too. What you're supporting when you support Donald Trump is not your neighbors keeping their homes, or the farms keeping their farms, or the people keeping their health care. You're making sure that a millionaire can turn into a billionaire, or a billionaire can get higher on the billionaire list, or a billionaire can turn into a trillionaire. These people don't know the price of egg, don't know what rent is. They don't know what it costs to register a car. They don't know about insurance. They don't know about cost of things or heating or energy prices. They just think that sounds good. Hey, gas is cheap. Who gives a fuck? All my money's going to healthcare now. Who gives a fuck? All my money's going to groceries. I don't give a shit about gas. But guess who does? Guess who does? One of the people that supported Donald Trump. What did you expect? Hold on. Michael, you think you'd come into my goddamn live stream talk to me like that? You better watch your fucking mouth. So this is what you're supporting, MAGA. MAGA supports billionaires enriching themselves at the cost of the everyday working people. Whether it's in Venezuela, whether it's in America, you support the worst president in the history. The worst. The worst.
There's a lot of stupid people in this country running things.
Isn't that funny? Donald Trump said while he was the president, stupid people running things. I couldn't agree with him more on that one.
Smart people don't like me.
Smart people do not like him. Matter of fact, most people don't like him.
For what, releasing?
For what? Releasing? Releasing the Epstein files? Release the Epstein files. By the way, thank you guys for joining in the chat. I understand a lot of you PDF file supporters are really, so vocal. You're so embrazen to go into every chat and go leftist, left. What are you gonna do? How did you come up with that courage to go into a chat? Why don't you guys go do a live stream? Why don't you go do a live stream and go, this is the best thing that's ever happened? Why don't you go do an go pull an ass man gold, and go, this is based. You know what you need to do? You just listen to when the police tell you something. It's like, that's coming from a guy who's clearly never left the house. Clearly thinks the police are always right. They're not. And these weren't police either. They were ICE. Let's play, hold on. Let's play this mayor of Minnesota. And what he said, because it's getting bleeped everywhere. And I'm sick of this shit getting bleeped.
I have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. People are being hurt. Families are being ripped apart. Long-term Minneapolis residents that have contributed so greatly to our city, to our culture, to our economy are being terrorized, and now somebody is dead. That's on you. And it's also on you to leave.
Get the f out of this city. Now listen. Some of these fucking people in the comments are showing how beta cuck they are. Is that the language you incels use? Beta cuck or whatever? Anti-Chad? I don't know. What language do you use? Let me speak your language so I could call you a loser in that language, okay? You people need to realize that none of you are safe. I know, they think, because they hibernate in their parents' home and they just troll the chats online that they're safe. Just wait. Just wait. It's funny, man. It is funny. The amount of chat hardos. That's what here in New England, we call these people hardos. That are like, yeah, be brutal to everyone. I voted for no more wars, but let's be as brutal as we can to everything in the world. It just shows how insecure you are. You understand that, right? You understand that when you act like a tough guy, everybody else goes, well, what are they trying to hide? What are you trying to hide? A tough guy doesn't have to fucking peacock. You don't gotta walk around with your chest like, look at how tough I am. In fact, when you do that, we go, oh, somebody's hiding something. What do you got in your closet? Huh? What you hiding back there? Are you insecure about your manhood, masculinity? You've been watching Joe Rogan go into those ice baths too many times, starting to fantasize about something, so now you got to take it out in other ways? Huh? What are you trying to hide? We understand. I mean, your comments, you think, ooh, I'm tough, I'm going to say this. But what we, the rest of people, hear it as is you are extremely insecure. The way you get your security is from other people, vulnerable people, feeling insecure. And it's a disgusting, disgusting habit you've developed. Clearly, you were raised wrong, and I'd fucking like to slap your parents, but I won't. I'm a leftist. I believe in peace. I believe in healthcare. I believe in free healthcare paid for by billionaires. So I wouldn't. I don't advocate for violence at all. In fact, that's why I despise what's happening right now. But I do want you to be aware when you use your words and you think you're being very clever, you go, oh, I'm that tough guy and I'm saying everybody should love what's happening right now. What we see is a very insecure little boy, very insecure, doesn't know where to find his security from. So he finds it in other people's vulnerabilities. And it's something you need to work on. All right. There's more news to get to. Someone can convince you to accept irrational beliefs that can manipulate you to commit terrible acts in the name of those beliefs. Oh, I'm not going to go through some meme news. All right, did you guys see this? I'm not even going to play this whole clip. I mean, this is what's going on, though. It's like, this is the craziest thing about what Steve Bannon said. If you guys don't remember, Steve Bannon, Donald Trump's original architect, was like, we just got to throw everything at the wall. Because if you're throwing if you're flinging poo at the wall 90 miles an hour, nobody could keep up with it. You can't. And while this should have just been enough, to make the American people irate that somebody was arrested for speaking out against the U.S., because that is, remember, we have the First Amendment still. I know Donald Trump has tried to get rid of it. He tried to fire Jimmy Kimmel using the FCC. He's tried to, basically say you can't say anything against Charlie Kirk. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Right? That racist piece of shit. That fucking Klan member that was fucking propped up like a piece of shit. I still can't get over America. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? That's why these people go to colleges, because they want to use these clipped sound bites to trick kids into thinking like, ooh, it's like this. And it's the dumbest fucking thought. It's the dumbest thought. If somebody's trying to argue with you, just take a step back mentally and go, let's walk this out. Let's walk this argument out, like see where it ends up. Oh, God. But this should have been huge news in itself. Like this lady, I'm just going to fast forward. Hold on. Because it's like a minute clip, but here.
Stand against the Trump regime, the Trump administration that are committing crimes both here in the U.S. and against people in Venezuela.
Now, in the background of this interview, you could see that police car, and now right here we're showing you video we have immediately after the interview finished. Plickta was arrested by 2 Grand Rapids police officers. You can see it in the video, and an officer tells Plickta that she is being arrested for obstructing a roadway.
She's on the fucking sidewalk, guys.
And failure to obey a lawful command.
She was standing on the sidewalk. The street's over there. This is unreal. I didn't think I'd see it in my day, but here we are. Yeah, you go tell Tim Pool to remove his beanie. I got hair. I ain't scared to not wear a hat. It's just cold as shit because energy prices are high as fuck. She wasn't on the street, you dummy. It's right here. So this should be enough. But now, I linked this article down below. I don't fucking pay Jeff Bezos' Washington Post money, and they hold hostage any information. So what I had to do was click the link for this article, and when it opened up, screenshot it real quick so I could get this image before the big paywall jumped up and said, pay Jeff Bezos money to get access to this information. And I went, fuck you, Jeff Bezos. Go to space, you nerd. Video shows ICE agent in Minneapolis fired at driver as vehicle veered past him. In this, I just hate sharing articles by Jeff Bezos. I hate sharing them. So please, I don't know. But this goes into the breakdown of, and I'm sure it's been played over. I know Hassan's done it. I know Asmongold even looked like an idiot doing it. I know a million people have done it. And, we live in a day and age where you can literally frame by frame watch these fascist criminals do this stuff almost in real time. It's surreal what we're living in and how desensitized so many people are. And I'm so worried about the younger generations who are having this unfettered access to this real-time state-run mafia crime fucking family. Good God. Hold on. Where's that dude? Listen, save your breath, and just move on, okay? I'm not here to be you bootlickers' friends. I want to be very clear on this, okay? Some of you motherfuckers are just existing to lick boot, and that's okay. If you read any of the great philosophers, man struggles to define what his meaning in life is. Some of you incels have divided meaning with watching the tyrannical state take control, even though it was against all of the things you thought you believed in, I want small government and low egg price. Well, you got neither. You got an expansive empire that's collapsing. Isn't that adorable? And then the other part of your time is watching Joe Rogan take ice baths and trying not, and while watching it, just yelling out into your mother's living room, no homo, no homo, because you're like, I got to watch my Joe Rogan ice bath daily. Joe Rogan is like, he's a little light in the loafers, if you ask me. But that's okay. I'm a leftist. I don't give a shit. I don't judge people for who they want to love or what they want to do. That's what the land of the free means. Just so you understand me. When you say America, land of the free, what do you think that means? Anybody? Here we go. Here's some idiots. You don't judge. Ha ha ha. You are judging. No. I'm holding power to account. We have a fascist regime not being accountable to anything. Courts, laws, international order, the UN, nothing. Okay? So that's not judging. That's your American patriotic duty to hold your government to account. Remember, they work for us, you fuckers. But when people say America, the land of the free, nothing is free in America. True. But there are theoreticals, things that we can theorize to be free, right? Freedom to express what religion you'd like, freedom to dissent against the government, and freedom to be who you want to be, right? So it's always funny when these conservatives say, America, land of the free, freest nation in the world. Really? Can you marry who you want? Can you be who you want? Because it seems like the conservatives really want to restrict any kind of freedom and use that powerful might of the fascist regime to snub out anything that makes them question anything about themselves, anything that even tinges their little ego. They go, holy shit, we gotta stomp that out right now. They're fragile. They're fragile. Oh, God. If you think because gay marriage is legal, it's safe and acceptable, and people go, hey, land of the free, marry who you want, then you're living in a delusion. You understand that, right? Women don't even have bodily autonomy. right? You understand that? God damn, all these people are so concerned with me having a job. Fuck you. And that's the other thing. Like, come up with a new comment. Don't tell me to get a job. I'm doing what Joe Rogan does. Don't you love him? Would you just love to fucking jump in an ice bath with Joe Rogan? I know you would. Come on. That's why those videos of his get so many views. Somebody's watching. I know you are. I won't waste my time with that turd. I met that fucking I met that dude before. Little guy. Why do you think he's got to get so jacked and go to the ice bath and have a bunch of boys watch him? So, guys, it's ice bath time. Let's get in. All right, everybody watching me on my camera. Like, what a fucking weirdo. Do that in the privacy of your own ice bath room? Fucking weird, dude. What kind of homoerotic fucking videos is Joe Rogan making? He's like, all right, boys, let's go do ice baths. And now you see why all these, younger dudes are so insecure. They're like, I don't know, man. I'm watching too many Joe Rogan ice baths. What is going on with me? It's okay. Just embrace who you are, man. Just embrace who you are. Joe Rogan led you astray. You thought he was the manly man, going to eat elk raw. But listen, stop saying get a job, stop. Because most of the people you respect, like Charlie Kirk, Joe Rogan, do this for a living, I at least have some goddamn life experience, Joe doesn't. Coddled little bitch. And Charlie Kirk certainly didn't. Come to think of it, Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, most of these motherfuckers don't live in reality. Asmongold, I don't think that trash rabbit has left his house in months, right? Oh, god damn. But for the rest of you, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Sorry, sometimes I gotta, engage with the trolls. I know what you're thinking. You're going, dude, they're located in Russia, Southeast Asia, Nigerian princes. These are not real people. They're meant to be foreign actors trying to influence persuasive ideologies, make other people think, ooh, maybe this is more popular than it is. And it's all a facade. Elon Musk proved that in real time a few weeks ago when he put the account of location origin on these MAGA accounts, these huge influencer accounts. And they were all from outside America. And they were using them to try to, this is a psyop. This is multiple false accounts. You've seen the rooms where the huge banks of cell phones are all fucking tiered together, so you got 1 million subs, and then you push out some garbage ideology and it gets retweeted by Elon Musk and he says, interesting, And then if you're on there, you're a young person, you go, oh wow, that's way more popular than I would have thought. Maybe I'll have that shitty take too and find some kind of like broski, bro, not realizing that it's all fake, They're doing it to decimate America. You do understand that, right? You do know that Donald Trump works with Putin and Netanyahu. The only thing Putin wants more than America's downfall is maybe to just release that video of Donald Trump doing whatever to Bubba. I would like Putin, release it. Release the tapes. Remember when Donald Trump was campaigning against Hillary Clinton? And he said, Russia, if you're listening. And he called out for foreign interference in American election. And a lot of Americans cheered, like the stupid assholes they are. The 5th grade reading level morons that they are. They were like, yeah, our foreign adversary interfered in an election, dude. Yeah, you anti-Americans were too stupid to understand. So now I'm going to do it in a different way. Hey, Vlad, Putin, I see a lot of your trolls are here in my comments. Can one of you relay to your master, to your puppet string puller, for Putin to release that video and the photos of Donald Trump doing whatever he's doing to Bubba? We all saw about that in the Epstein files, right? So I need you, all you gotta get your, comments in, your quota comments in to get paid by Vladdy. I want you to return back to your master and ask him to release the Bubba tape, Bubba photos, videos. I don't know what it is. It's probably video. But just ask Putin if he'll release it. Now, too, we want this stuff out before Donald Trump you know, starts pushing up daisies because that motherfucker's old. Have you seen any videos of him? He looks like the goddamn hamburglar, you know, detoxing. Yo, this dude is like not looking good. And he also sounds like a toddler. That's the other scary thing. He can just repeat himself and then kind of wander off into weird conversations. So yeah, Putin released those videos. Epstein, come on, folks. You know. Remember, guys. Remember. Never forget, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. All over them. So much so that there's like 98% of the files not released. Remember that. So, all you people who still support this dude, just know what you're supporting. And we'll remember, the internet will remember, and when this regime does collapse, because you can just look through history, you know, this can only be allowed for so long. That's what I'm trying to let you know. There's going to be something that's going to push. I keep hearing the word powder keg concerning America, but I would say the world. The world's kind of coming to a powder keg moment. And there's going to be one straw that broke the camel's back. It's going to happen. You know, and something's going to... And this is the worst part about it, you know. Because when the old world police, America, start acting like American police, you know, like they could do anything with immunity. They could just fucking do whatever they want and have no accountability, or they'll have an internal investigation. Yeah, let the police police the police. That's a good idea. Then they become the bad guys. And that's what we've become. All of us, even the ones who didn't allow it, we've become. And for what, folks? Is your healthcare cheaper? Are your eggs cheaper? Oh, your gas is cheaper. So you can drive to your job until you're 80. No healthcare if you make it. These people are the scum of the earth. Now, very important to understand this. This article is linked down below. Please read it yourself. The Trump administration will say whatever the fuck they're going to say because they are liars, grifters, cheaters, stealers, thieves, and just overall shitty people. You know, people that you wouldn't invite to Thanksgiving or talk to if they were in your family. And I wouldn't blame you, you know? Who wants to be around? That's the funniest part about, you know, these Trump supporters. It's like Donald Trump has only said he's the hottest shit ever. You know, that's the only thing he says about himself. It's so unreasonable that you wonder, like, who likes that? Like, what kind of personality is attracted to someone who's like, everything I've done is the best, only the best. You bankrupted 3 casinos, sir, and the best bankruptcies ever. You know, it paves the way. The dude is a moron. It's such a unique... Psychologists have to study MAGA at some point to understand not only the insecure drive for their hatred of other people, but like how stupid, what part of de-evolving are humans at where we're so dumb to listen to a guy who's like, everything I touch turns to gold, you know, and people are like, hurrah, yeah. And you're like, is it Home Depot spray paint gold? So they're going to say whatever the fuck they're going to say, right? We've already learned not to trust them. Remember the thing I taught you earlier. I'm your vibe coach. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. The thing I taught you earlier was that if somebody lies to you and you believe them, that's okay. If you believe somebody the first time they lied to you, you're being a human. You're doing what humans are anticipated to do, believe somebody when they tell you something, right? Someone looks you in the eyes and says they love you, like this fucking moron. This stupid Arkansas soy boy farmer. Donald Trump, you looked at me and said you love me. Oh, Jesus. You might deserve whatever's coming, buddy.
Mr. Trump, you looked at me, sir, and you said, I love you.
Oh, and then he took your farm from tariffs. He said, I loved you, and then didn't keep his word. A politician? No shit. At least you can count on the Epstein files coming out. Oh, you can't do that either. Oh, okay. So now that we've established, when somebody tells you something, looks you in the eyes and says, I love you, and then they've lied to you, you believe them. That's okay. Okay? You did what you might be hurt. You might want an explanation. That's okay. That's reasonable. But what you can't do is look at them in the eyes again and have them tell you something and believe them again. Once they've lied to you once, the second time, you need to see some proof. You know what I mean? You need to see if their actions align. And here is a time their actions don't align. Recording government ages is one of the few tools citizens have to hold state power accountable. Any attempt to redefine observation as violence is not only unconstitutional, it's authoritarian gaslighting. When a government fears cameras more than crimes, it isn't protecting the rule of law, it's protecting itself. Thank you, MAGA PDF file supporters in the comments for boosting the chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. You're helping the live stream. So I appreciate you guys. I know your brain is broken. That's why you can only type TDS. You know, must be tough. 5th grade reading level, is it? 5th grade? Maybe 6th grade? You know, must be tough. Not a lot to say, but I get it. 3 letters is easy. That's why Donald Trump gave you that. Actually, Donald didn't give you that. You know, the guy who created TDS, I think he got locked up for crimes against children. So that's who you support. I know. Is this a big, complex world? And usually you just like to say, protect kids, be good. And turns out he flip-flopped everything on you. And now you don't know what to believe. Well, I'm here to tell you that we still do have constitutional rights to hold state power accountable. The most baffling part of this, you know, is the number of Republican, MAGA, conservative, whatever, who think you should just submit to state power, while at the same time want to loosen regulations and take the state power away from being able to have control. Like, it just doesn't even make sense. You know, they want a smaller government, but not when it comes to what? Abusing its people? You understand that, right? The Republican Party, their whole contingency is like, oh, we should have a smaller government. Let the free market do it. But then they need that small government to be as authoritarian as it can be, right? Well, small government, and fucking, I think the police and the military budget might be some of the biggest ones. Why don't we cut those down a little bit? Know your rights, folks. Know your rights. Trump is their Jesus. Oh, what's up, Neon Monkey? Good to see you. Yeah, but they don't know who Jesus is, you know? Trump is their Jesus, as in, like, they think Jesus was a guy who's like, all right, man, no fat chicks, no blacks, you know, like, no homo, like, like fucking the Charlie Kirk Republicans think Jesus was out there, like, you know, telling the disciples, all right, guys, today's shooting day, we're going out to the range. You know, like, they're morons. They're absolutely stupid. And you know they've never read the Bible, because usually they quote Leviticus, where they probably found in a meme, which has nothing to do with Jesus. But also because they allow their belief in religion to be taught to them by a pastor or some other figure who usually is manipulating it for whatever cause they need money. So they've never taken the time to read the Bible themselves, to understand Jesus' story. It's a very simple one. It's a radical man who's born in a manger. He wore flip-flops, didn't ever carry cash, didn't have a home, you know, left home once his dad died, and his mom was like, stop being God. And he was like, Mom, I gotta go do some shit. And for 3 years, he walked around like a homeless vagrant. A homeless vagrant. Just fucking couch surfing. And you know what he did? Do you know what Jesus did? Get ready for this, folks. He didn't ask people if they were working 40 hours a week to feed them. He just said, feed them all. He didn't ask people if they had a copay or what insurance they had. He just said, heal them. He didn't care if they were Jew or Gentile, Samaritan or what. He just said, I love you. Continue on. And you've perverted that message. My God. He is disgusted at you. I'm here to let you know. Because your Southern fucking Baptist pastors are not doing you any favor. And Joel Osteen, I'm talking to you too, you fraud. You prosperity gospel fraud. You blocked me on Twitter because I tweeted Jesus' actual words at you. And you hide behind, oh, plant a seed, plant your last seed so I can drive a very high-powered V12 vehicle and then keep people locked out of my church when there's flooding. Fuck you, Joel Osteen. Fuck you. In fact, if I ever get a grave, hopefully they put that. He said, fuck you to Joel Osteen. And Joel Osteen hid and blocked him. Because who gives a shit, man? We should be trying to help people. Anybody that tells me, oh, Jesus, Jesus. And then they talk about oppressing people. I go, you don't know Jesus. Jesus was anti-establishment, a socialist, woke. Gather all your things, sell it, and give the money to the poor. Quote from Jesus to rich guy. You hate the Bruins? Okay. Thanks for the comment. Looks like Rob would smell. I love this, Jeb. Okay, I'm going to point out this. Everybody pay attention. I'm going to point out this comment. Looks like Rob would smell like a combination of a dirty, sweaty sock and marijuana. Don't call it marijuana. Please call it cannabis. Don't use it by its racist name, you dickweed. Jeb, is that what you're doing? Are you watching my live stream, imagining what I smell like? Little weird. Little weird. Okay? Okay? Little questionable, little sus, as the kids call it. Just trying to imagine what I smell like, huh? Real sus. I'm just glad I'm not one of these herbs that can only type 3 fucking letters. Like, we get it. We get it, guys. You didn't graduate 5th grade. You're in the Tim Pool Club of fucking commencement fucking tards. We get it, okay? 3 letters, easy enough. That's why Donald Trump talks to you like you're a moron. You understand that, right? Because he's like, listen, if you try to do like 4 letters, these kids are fucked. Give them 3 and let them go to town. And look at, you guys are making that PDF file in chief proud. If you support the PDF file trafficking ring Epstein's best friend, why don't you type TDS in the comments? Go ahead. I see a bunch of them. Let's see. Steve Bruce supports PDF files. Gip Winkler supports PDF files. Steve Bruce. Oh, Steve Bruce really loves Jeff Epstein's trafficking ring. Steve Bruce is a huge Jeff Epstein trafficking ring. Oh, yeah, he loves it. Steve Bruce, check his hard drive. I would say that. I would say that. He is not safe around your children. Watch out for him on Craigslist, folks. 47 is a chief queef. That's all he is. Let's see, who else? Tony. I know, Steve. You don't have to keep typing it. I think your brain is fucking broken. Tony also supports the rapper, the graper in chief. This dude. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I had to check something. I just heard from a dude I haven't heard from in, man, 15 years. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Hold on. Bernfried. I'm from Germany and learned a lot about German history, and you can see the parallels to how the German dictator built his dictatorship. Bernfried, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, thank you for the comment. The first actual kind of conversational comment. We got a lot of absolute bootlicking MAGAs in here. But Bernfried, yes, and that's, you know, that was the other thing. I know it's not a parallel probably to your history in Germany. But one of the things that was so concerning to me, and I mentioned this earlier, with like Charlie Kirk going to colleges, right? Ben Shapiro going to colleges. And they weren't going to like high power. Later, they would go to like what's it, Cambridge, I think, in the UK, and these dudes would get smoked. You know, they would go to a smart school and they would get fucking smoked. So they're going to like the Mormon school where like you take classes in like Leviticus 101, you know, and like what cloths not to mix, or like, you know, what hoof animal can you eat? You know, like they take bullshit courses so they could keep all these fucking people brain rotted. But when that was going on and they were attacking all higher education as woke, which is moronic, you know what I mean? Like becoming a doctor is woke, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry. And Joe Rogan's part of this, you know, this whole field, Tim Pool, Joe Rogan, all the fucking people that are funded by the billionaires, they are Tim Pool, Russia, Joe Rogan, Peter Palantir Eater and his Spotify friends, Ben Shapiro, the fracking brothers. Like none of these people have your general interest in mind. That's why, you know, they're so wish-washy. They're going where the power tide goes. But years ago, this was probably like 2017 to 2020, I want to say. When that big movement against the woke getting smarter, woke going to school to become a doctor or learn shit, when they really trounced on that, and then you had all these Tim Pool Russia. Yeah, did you not know Tim Pool was paid hundreds of thousands of dollars from Russia? Oh shit. I'm not even going to spoil the story. Go look online. It's adorable. And then he came on his podcast and said, I was tricked, guys. I didn't know it was Russia. I'm a victim here. That's the person you take your news from? Holy shit. Anybody who saw Tim Pool go, I was duped by Russia to take millions of dollars. And then they said, oh yeah, it happens all the time. What's the news, Tim? You're a fucking idiot. You understand that, right? Like, there is no one stupider than you. If you heard Tim Pool say, Russia tricked me, they created a fake guy that I looked nothing into, and then funneled fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars at me, and I'm the victim, and then you still take news from him, you need to shut the fuck up and be obedient, because that's all you're good at. That's why God put you on this earth. He made some vases and some trash cans, and guess what? We just found out you a trash can. Tim Pool's just dumping all his garbage into you, and you're gobbling it up like you were a goddamn Epstein survivor. So, Burned. I'm just going to call you Burned. So when I saw them desecrating, you know, led by Donald Trump, desecrating higher education and things like that, I really thought that's scary because there are going to be young folks that will be influenced by that. And just so you know, here in Massachusetts, we passed a wealth tax where anybody that does not have a bachelor's degree can go and get a bachelor's degree for free at community college. So we passed that, and kids are utilizing it because you want to learn more. You want to get a trade or, you know, discover more. It's okay to do that. And that reminded me of a very fascist thing. Like, keep people stupid, keep them fearing, you know, what they're teaching. And I don't know if you've ever drawn a parallel like that, but when I saw that, I thought, man, I'm real worried. Once the people start thinking, yeah, keeping our population as dumb as we can be is good for America, I thought, oh, fuck, they're not even seeing this. They're not even seeing the war on being smarter. Hold on. The nexus point. Dude, people in this chat hate you. You can actually see the lack of any thought process at all in a lot of these comments. Hold on. Actually, Wolf. Wolf Spartan 6279. I fucking love you. Please hit subscribe and the notification bell. It's trash can, not trash cannot. Am I right? Because you're trash, Rob. Listen, I'll take that insult because the first half was an old joke I used to use too, and that's funny as shit. Listen, regardless of your bootlicker for this trafficker or not, I appreciate good humor. I do, because remember, Elon made comedy legal, and then, you know, silenced everybody making fun of him. Thank you for just subbing Donald J. Plump. That's a good name too. Subbed J.O. Appreciate you. Hey, Oh, what's up from Barbados? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well in Barbados. I know it's hectic in the Caribbean right now, but we're sending you guys love. And here in the heart of the capitalist empire beast, we are resisting and we're saying this ain't okay. And we're trying to teach others to think for themselves and stop saying, oh, I'm for a small government. But that small government needs to oppress everybody, you know? So much love to everybody who has hit subscribe, who has hit the notification bell, who will continue to join me, because this is the resistance and now it's starting to take hold because this shit is getting out of hand. So every single fucking day we need to be speaking out and holding these people to account, because as soon as this regime collapses, Hague Part 2, Hague Part 2, Hague Redux, you know, we need a revamp of the Hague. We need all these motherfuckers, like I said before. Or like Ken Jennings said, the prosecute the former regime at every level candidate has my vote in 2028. And we'll leave it at that. Much love. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Stay safe. Peace.